Okay, Tommy, so I have two pictures here of two different swings. The one on the right is one of the first ones that you're hitting, and quite frankly, I'll show you how much better it's looking compared to a couple weeks ago. So, going up from P3 to P4 here on the right, you can definitely see that the weight's more forward with a lower center than it is on the left, which I'd like to see, quite frankly, this left hip a little more forward, but not really a huge priority at this time. I think you know that. But the extension piece is from P3 to P4 isn't matching up, so you're still in a little bit of flexion. Just you know, very little, but it has more to do with what the arms are going to do and how they load. So you make your first move, you can see that you start to push the hips forward, but the upper axis starts to tilt back. Now, this is highly noticeable probably on the golf course than it is in the static vacuum condition on the driving range. So now here on the other side, you see that your left shoulder is staying down as you're going forward. Alright, and you see the difference in how the neck tilt's being arranged. And then as you move down to about 5.5, you're starting to get your left shoulder back to where it was at address, if not past that, so that's good. Coming down to the same position, you can see your left shoulder's actually, I'll put a blue dot here, it's back. So you can kind of see the difference here. So as you move down to P6, you see where your handle's getting lined up pretty nicely, and this is kind of back. This is where we're having issues trying to get the idea that this right arm is going to stay to the side of the body, but because this upper axis here is tilting backwards, not staying here, the right arm and the elbows start to separate. Okay. You can also see that your left knee stays bent and moves forward. This knee is starting to straighten. And here on the right, you also see that your right knee is starting to move too fast and collapse. This one's going to stay straighter. So as we just do a couple clicks here, see a difference in the leg work and the stability of the upper axis when you hit the ball. Okay? Alright. So you can definitely see that. Now, as you look at your wrist angles, there's the second part. Okay? There's actually three parts here, so this is the second part. Your wrist angle, because we're trying to keep the left wrist in less palmar flexion and bowed, especially in the impact zone, and with that upper axis, you'll see that how your left wrist starts to really roll and close the face down because of the upper axis tilting back. Okay? And you'll also see, once again, even more so, the right leg starts to bend too fast. And when that handle gets off the ground, the hips extending, you'll see a difference in how that rolls. Okay? So, pretty evident here.